We have a small change of plan on episode 27 of the Pentagon Challenge. Instead of going for that home match in the league against Polokwane City, we've actually been drawn against them in the Knockout Cup semi-final. So let's livecom that game today. That should be very, very good. Before we take a look at the league, this is what's at stake. The Jomo Cosmos and Kaiser Chiefs are in the other semi-final. We get to go first to decide who should advance. If we were to be beaten today in another semi-final, we'll receive €113,000 sort of prize money. If we make it to the final, we can expect €227,000 minimum. So the stakes really are high for this one. If you remember 2 episodes ago, the consequences of losing the Super 8 tournament were quite big, as the winner was the only team that really got a nice financial boost. So to make it to this final will be a massive impetus. The likes of Sundowns, the Tucks, Kaiser Chiefs and Supersport United have all won the tournament in recent years, so why not go for it ourselves? We have very little history with Knockout Cup competitions. You can see we've never made a final of any sort in the club's history, so why not change it now while I'm still considering my future? So let's take a look at the league table now very quickly. There we go. So the Platinum Stars are still the runaway surprise package. They are top of the league by 3 points. The Kaiser Chiefs and Orlando Pirates are starting to make their names felt. We've got Jomo Cosmos, the Sundowns, Black Leopards, Wits, and then ourselves just hovering above and below the sort of top half. The relegation battle is not such a big deal, but Polokwane City have only won one game all season, and that was actually against the Wits. We have not played them in the league this season, so that's why I was hoping to live come against them in that game, but it's not proven to be. But as for ourselves, we have 5 wins and 5 defeats with a -3 goal difference. If you want to take a look at the periods, we're okay in that one, and then this one has pretty much just begun, and we're in pretty iffy form, if I may say so. When we last spoke, it was the Jomo Cosmos a 1-0 victory, and the form has improved since then. That was such an important victory, and it proved to be even more so as we did progress in the Cup first round against Maritzburg. Rather a mediocre team, to say the least. We deserved the win and shouldn't have given away the goal, but these things happen. Then one of our most uplifting results of the season was against the Black Leopards here, 3-1 victory. We got off to the perfect start with Ndwandwe in the 4th minute, then Juanito Manuel again from a sort of ball played out from the wings into the box, and Manuel scored. They got a goal back through our former player Lebo Mathiba. If you remember back to season 1, he was with us, but then Toko Zani Fowler ensured the victory with a 3rd goal, so that was great. But against the Sundowns, we were torn limb from limb. Bournemouth fans should recognise Takelo Ranti. He bagged a hat-trick for the former champions. He's currently the top scorer in the league. He's doing a phenomenal job, but he didn't do such a he didn't do so well at Ajax, so a bit of a strange one. Curses. But then they went 4-0 up as well, so it wasn't just the hat-trick that buried us. We had gone down 4-0 at half-time, so to avoid another humiliation, my tactics mustn't be good enough for these away games. We're getting beaten far too easily. I don't like changing my tactics between home and away, but in this case I probably should have done something about it. But at least we got 2 goals on the board before the game was over. But you can see we're torn apart. Van Grant, back from injury, got the last goal of the game, but Nick Chape did a reasonably good job to score from a fairly sizable distance. And then against Bloemfontein Celtic in the quarterfinals of the Cup, it seems to be a November tournament, we got the single goal through Sean McCarthy despite going down to 10 men, with Patigo Malachi being sent off. And the goal, where was it scored? It was this one, the goal scored by Fowler, was absolutely brilliant. It was from 30 yards, and he's a right back of just 17 years with 7 long shots. I don't know how on earth he did it, but fair play to him. So now, with November coming to a close in a week's time, we have to contend with the Knockout Cup semi-final. And then before we head into the game, we'll just check out when the final was played last year. It was December the 9th, which was played at the FMB Stadium. So that'll be a big reward for the players if they can get it. But we still have injury problems, not as numerous, but still quite severe. You saw Bakar Balde was taken out in the last episode. We've got Wambi out, and then Zaba, he's still out injured. So let's just take a look at the team I've named before we go firmly into the episode. We've got Labisi, he's still injured. We can't expect him back anytime soon. Bakar Balde, 6 to 9 weeks. Wambi 2 to 3. Malachi suspended. Mahlangu still out for 7 to 10 weeks. That's a horrible injury to get. But this is the team I've named. We've got Malambo, Adolf, Boxall, Maponyaye, Radabi as captain, Jabba, Sally, McCarthy, Nagidi, Manuel and Ndidwane. So I hope this is a team good enough to beat one of the strugglers this season, and if it's not, then we're going to regret it, because they will have snuck past 14 other Premier League teams to get into the final, even though they're second bottom. So this is their lineup. They've gone 4-3-1-2. We'll see if they've got any good players lurking in the background there. Yeah, that looks fine. Don't need to change anything. So marking the opposition, which midfielder should I go for? Could it be him? Could it be him? No, it's not going to be him. We'll go for this guy since he prefers to attack. But our old friend has seemingly not made it into the game. But look who's in centre defensive position. It is Chaz Williams. He must be doing well these days. Let's just check him out really quickly. I don't know. Bang average, I suppose. But he's still a good player, and he could come up to haunt us today. But what's his name? I've forgotten. Jeepers. Matissa. Yeah, Matissa hasn't made the starting 11. So we'll go up, try and find out what happened to him. No, he's just been dropped, but he's doing okay for them. So we'll ignore their team now. We'll try and get the live comm done as quickly as possible. So there we go. Let's turn on the sound, and let's say the final, the club's first ever final, is waiting. And now we've got to take this opportunity. We've already lost the semi-final. That was disappointing, even though we're the underdogs. Today I reckon we are the favourites, so I'd like to see some low crosses, and I'd like to go as wide as possible, but we won't go too expressive just yet. So here we go, kick off in Polokwane City, and immediately the ball is given away by the team in orange, and we've gotten the corner. So we've taken our merry old time. Adolf tries to go near post. Nagidi, not a good pass. That's an unfortunate, but a good start for Vasco da Gama. Just one victory away from a cup final, unless we get this chance. It was Bakar Balde in the last live comm with just seconds left before half time. Here's Jabba to Radabi, a long hopeful cross into the far post, and it was cleared. But here's Makastana. He goes for a long cross as well. He gets it back, but he shoots wide, and plenty of empty seats. It just seems to be too big of a stadium for Polokwane to preserve, really. And here's an opportunity, good clearance. Chaz Williams on the ball there, but I think definite improvement needed. We're shaky, we're nervous, and I have to just say I'm not happy. There's no easier way of putting it to these players. We can do better than this. We'll check the analysis really quickly. Shooting for Vasco da Gama, very wasteful really from poor areas, where their shots are quite wayward. The key passes for both teams is just 24. We've had 14 of them, but Radabi seems to be doing the most work. So we'll think about that later in the second half. Set pieces, tackles, interceptions. We've made 41 successful. Polokwane have made 25 successful interceptions, so that's alright. We'll go for the average positions and heat map very quickly. Let's see. Right, we're nice and structured anyway, that's okay. But for them, again, very well structured. They've got a cluster in the midfield. That's why I want to go out wide, but it's just not really working for us. Maybe we need to change the role of our striker, see if that makes a difference. So back into the overview and the team talk. Okay, we'll change Ndudwane into an advanced attacker. We'll push forward Nikiti a little more and give Manuel a little more room to attack, since Radaby should be lurking on that wing as well. So that'll do. No need to make any substitutes. We'll go fluid and begin the second half in earnest. So we'll go straight back onto the pitch. Please give me the pitch. Thank you. Right. So Sean McCarthy, our top scorer all this season. Interception made very simply there. We need to get something else on goal. So we'll get creative maybe. Jacobs. Okay, we're back. Oh, that was the chance of the game. An open opportunity. The man was unmarked and he's blazed it well wide. That's a real let-off for Vasco da Gama. And we need to get this ball out of our half. Ace Sally, man in form, passes it well to Ndudwane. Juanito Manuel collects. This could be a great goal. McCarthy, he's fouled his opponent there. What a great chance that was down the other end. But now, Vasco da Gama are hitting fifth gear. Not quite the maximum power, but we're getting there. And I'm happy with what I'm seeing. A substitute has come on for them. Let's see if he's any use. Jackson, he's in the midfield, I presume. Oh, Charles Williams with a beautiful pass, and it's hit the side netting. Now we'll check out that opposition marking. So Jesse Jackson in defensive midfield. They've changed their formation. That's crucial. It's 4-2-3-1 now. We'll go a little tight on him. I think now is the right time for a substitution. Everybody seems equally tired, but we might play... who could we bring on? Maybe it's time for Marumo. I'll take a gamble on him. Doesn't seem to get enough football with us, but he's always a trier, and I think now could be his afternoon. I keep hitting the stupid advertising boards. They paused the game in this year's version, so time to push forward, try and believe. Nikiti, oh, it's saved, and it goes out for a corner. Adolf goes for the near post. McCarthy collects the loose ball. Boxall, the best defender we have left since Labisi's been out long-term injured. Marumo just couldn't pull the trigger and make an effort on goal there. Now we are in the ascendancy once more. McCarthy to Juanito Manuel, cleared, and that should belong to Mapunyane. He's got it back to the keeper. Now Radaby, haven't seen too much of him, but we don't mind that. Nagidi to Manuel, cuts inside. Nagidi has to get some help. Not a great forward pass, but McCarthy's now unmarked. He goes low, and that's the goal. Juanito Manuel at the far post has done it for Vasco da Gama. And now we've been the better team, certainly in terms of efficiency, and now we just need to concentrate. We'll make our final changes now. McCarthy, the assistant, will be protected for our own sanity, really. We'll make Skippers the inside forward, and we might play Van Gran as shadow striker just to make sure. But that was very clever. That's why I love wing play. I very rarely go without it, and it was the two wide players who got the job done. So let's hang on in there, try and survive. Oh wow, set piece disaster. And it's I didn't catch the name there. Bareng, the centre back, has scored. So are we going into extra time? Goodness me, come on. Alright, that's not the right one. Come on, concentrate. Oh, don't do this, don't. Good block, Manuel. Pulled back. And we've got a minute plus stoppage time to rescue ourselves from extra time, and we failed. God almighty, Vasco da Gama, you make it so hard on yourselves. We've made our 3 substitutes. I was expecting the victory to be sealed, and it's not happened. So I think we'll go back to stick to positions, and I'll just say 1 goal is all we need. So we'll really go hard on the players now, give them a real pep talk, see if we can retain the lead and get ourselves our ticket to the final. Just 1 shot on target for the whole game has given Polokwane City a lifeline, so that's just frustration, and I feel hard done by. But now we need to defend the set piece again. Good man Boxall finds Van Graan, Skippers goes all the way to Manuel, cuts inside, blocked, Skippers unlucky. It was an easy shot for Pontchané to save, but we'll maybe go to control now, take a risk. Sorry. Come on, please. Encourage. We need to get them through this. I don't want another penalty shootout loss, especially to a team like this. So let's try and get it done. Their substitutions have been made, and we might want to target their striker. We have yet to do so. Nizamande. So we'll go hardish on him, and then I can't tell who else they brought on. It was probably the centre back or something. So Mythabele, alright, whatever. Did I cancel that? Sorry. I think I did, yeah. Alright, never mind. We'll just redo that. So okay this time. Now can we make a set piece work? It's Ricardo Skippers. Not so well done there. Jacobs gives it away to Adolf, and that's the end of the highlight. Come on. It's a close run thing. Zaba is cautioned for a foul. It's do or die territory. 1 last push. I'm putting it all on the line. I don't want penalties. Van Graan, low cross, taken out of play for a second corner. Adolf goes for the far post, and the keeper got the touch, and Marumo collapses in pain. He's gashed his head, and we're down to 10 men for the time being. Can we score in this opportunity? Radaby, he's given his heart and soul. Sally, oh, poor shot. And with Kaiser Chiefs coming up in midweek, we have lost half our squad to fatigue, and we are now in penalty territory. So let's sort this out off camera, and let's try and not lose another penalty shootout. Right, there's my preferred order. It's strange that the majority of my good penalty takers on the pitch are defenders, but you saw Radaby miss a penalty in the last episode, so I'll have to go put him at my unlucky number 3. Just try and calm the nerves. Van Graan gets the job done with the first kick. Now, what have Polokwane City got for us? It's Massin Mbella. Good penalty. The keeper was never going to reach that. And his first name is Punch, so he's lived up to his moniker there. Adolf has hit the post or the goalkeeper, and Jacobs can give Polokwane the lead. I cannot bear this. It's just deja vu, really. Radaby must score. He does, thankfully. It's 2-2 with Polokwane to take their 3rd penalty. We need a goal keeper moment here. It's not to be. 3-2. Ace Sally. Good penalty. But we need a keeper save now. Bareng. He looks unconfident, and it's saved. We're back to a tie. Marumo bleeding from his head, and he's missed as well. Come on, keeper. Ah, for fuck's sake. Oh, Vasco da Gama. Oh my god. How many shootouts is that now? It's 4. At least. Pathetic. We keep winning these semi-finals and then giving away a stupid goal and going out on penalties. It's just pushing me out the office door and demanding me to leave at this stage. It's just so annoying. Not good enough. A very poor team are in the cup final. We are not. How feckin' unlucky do you need to be? But either way, it's hard to find a good penalty taker in these parts when you're struggling for cash, but I'm not happy. An inferior team has fluked their way into the final, and they will be seeing the benefits of that. And just another disappointment. And we have Kaiser Chiefs coming up at home as well. Very little time for rest. So that's pretty much an upset, really. Marumo's head injury has taken him out of play for 10 to 13 days. I'll just take the money. So yeah, I'm not happy with that. Right, well, that's the way it's gone. Vasco da Gama's weakness has been exploited again, and that's the second time they've advanced on penalties. Actually, didn't notice, and they totally didn't deserve that win either. So that's just the way it's gone. They put a lot of effort into this tournament, and they're going to maximise their payoff seemingly. But we might get our shot of revenge on the 8th of December. But anyway, that's just a massive opportunity lost. Don't care that we got a little bit of prize money. I wanted the whole shebang. And we now have to play Kaiser Chiefs. When do they have their semi-final? Mercifully, they have to play it tomorrow, so they'll have a lot less rest as well. But either way, that's just very, very bad. 6 minutes is all we could hold out for. Just shocking, really. The first time we made it that far in the tournament, and we're eliminated. So yeah, just disappointment, really. The FA Cup hasn't even been considered yet, so that's my last chance of winning anything before my potential departure from Vasco da Gama. But if they were convinced me to stay, winning a cup certainly would have helped, but that's done nothing for my reputation. It's still at 20% as I've grown the Movember moustache. Anyway, enough moping and moaning. It's time to go, and we'll see you for our January episode, most likely. Probably we might do an update episode at Maritzburg. I don't want to live com that. Anyway, thanks for watching. See you again soon. Bye.